We all carry burdens that no one else can see. Sometimes the heaviest pain is hidden behind a smile, a quiet sigh, or a distant gaze. Maybe it's the mother holding back tears at the kitchen sink, or the man staring out his office window, lost in regret. It's the betrayal no one saw coming, the heartbreak that shattered us silently, the invisible weight we carry through crowded rooms and quiet nights. Sometimes we try to hide it, behind busy schedules, polite conversations, or even laughter. But what if I told you that you don't have to carry it anymore? That you are not alone in your struggle? God sees your pain, even the parts you hide. He wants you to let go, not to forget, but to be free. This is the beginning of healing. Sometimes we hold on to pain because it feels safer than facing the unknown. The memories, even if they hurt, become a part of our identity. Sometimes we cling to old letters, gifts, or even habits, hoping they'll fill the emptiness left behind. Psychologists say we hold on because letting go means accepting change, and change can be frightening. Sometimes pain is the only thing that feels familiar, but you cannot receive what God has for you with closed fists still clinging to yesterday. Joseph's story shows us the cost of holding on and the freedom of letting go. Betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and left alone in a foreign land, Joseph had every reason to be bitter. He spent years in prison, forgotten and misunderstood. Yet, through every hardship, Joseph chose to trust God's bigger plan. When Joseph finally faced his brothers, he had the power to take revenge. Instead, he forgave them, breaking the chains of resentment. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good. Joseph's forgiveness was not easy, but it was powerful. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting the pain. It means choosing freedom over bitterness and trusting that God can redeem even our deepest wounds. Maybe you're struggling to let go. Maybe forgiveness feels impossible. But remember, your pain doesn't cancel your purpose. God's love is bigger than your past. David was no stranger to pain. He faced rejection, betrayal, and deep loneliness. Yet instead of hiding his wounds, David poured out his heart to God in honest prayer. In the Psalms, he wrote, "I am worn out from my groaning. All night long I flood my bed with weeping." David showed us that God welcomes our rawest emotions. When David cried out, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit," he reminded us that God draws near when we are hurting. Like David, we can bring our pain to God. He listens, he cares, and he heals. Job's story is one of unimaginable loss. His family, his health, his livelihood. In his grief, Job tore his robe and fell to the ground in worship, saying, "Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him." Job's trust was not in his circumstances, but in God's character. Job declared, "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Even in loss, he chose worship over bitterness. His faith teaches us to praise God not just in joy but also in sorrow. Sometimes God doesn't explain the storm. Instead, he anchors our soul through it. Like David and Job, we can be honest with God. He can handle our questions, our anger, and our tears. He invites us to trust him, even when we don't understand. Today, will you bring your honest prayers to God? Will you trust him with your pain, like David and Job did? He is close to you even now. Letting go begins with honesty. Write a letter you never send, or speak your pain aloud to God. Don't hide your wounds. Bring them into the light. Share your burden with a trusted friend, or pray with someone who cares. Healing often starts in community. Take a walk, breathe deeply, or do something that brings you joy. Each small step is a seed for a new beginning. Forgiveness is not forgetting or excusing. It's choosing freedom over bitterness and trusting God with your story. New beginnings are possible. Reunite with hope. Let God write the next chapter. He is not finished with your story. You are not what you've lost. You are who God says you are, chosen, loved, and made new. God, help us let go. Help us trust. Help us heal. We step forward, believing beauty will rise from our ashes. Today, choose to trust, to heal, and to begin again. Your story is still unfolding, and God promises hope for every tomorrow.